I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving, I'm moving.
What's poppin', guys? What's good? What's good? All right, let's get into Smackdown for April the 7th, 2023. Overall, for the most part, Smackdown was decent. It was very decent. First match of the night, Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes. The Brawling Brutes win. Sheamus gets the win via the bro kick, taking out Giovanni Vinci. I'm fine with this. For whatever reason, Drew McIntyre, it was reported that he was supposed to be on tonight's show and do a couple of autograph signings, but that wasn't the case. I don't know why he wasn't on television tonight. I have no idea why. I think he's probably trying to get with the WWE to see if he's going to resign or not. That's the only plausible thing I could get out of this. It would make the most sense, I guess. Again, I don't know. But it was weird to not see him on this show. Moving on. So Kayla Braxton, she's backstage with Paul Heyman. And so is Sikoa. So the fans boo Heyman. Heyman says there's no booing his name, please. So Kayla asks Paul if he knows why Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes. Heyman wants to talk about something far more relevant, your tribal chief, and the fact that the Bloodline main event both nights at WrestleMania 39, all thanks to Roman Reigns. So Heyman goes on until Jey Uso interrupts. He comes into play. So Jay's looking for Jimmy, but hasn't seen him all night. Paul says Roman wanted Jimmy to stay home and watch on TV as main event Jey Uso takes out Sami Zayn all by himself, cementing his legacy on the island of relevancy and solving the Sami Zayn problem. So Jay says something pretty quick, and then he walks out. So then Paul Heyman gets solo and tells him to solve their problem tonight if Jay can't do it. If Jay can't solve the Sami Zayn problem. Okay, this is fine. I like this. Really good shit right here. Ricochet versus Ivar. So it was said on commentary that both Braun Strowman and Eric were banned from ringside, which makes sense. Ricochet gets the win here via the Shooting Star Press, and it is what it is. Nothing really important there. Who really gives a damn? Not me. I would assume next week it'll probably be Braun versus Eric. How much do you want to bet on that? It's kind of like a Vince move, I guess. Like, this show felt half Vince, half Triple H. That's kind of what I got out of most of it. Like, that's something that Vince would definitely do when it comes to putting, one half of a tag team against another half of a tag team and blah, blah, blah. That's his shit all day. Speaking of the tag champs, let's talk about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So, they're backstage admiring their titles. So, Kevin mentions to Sami facing Jay tonight, and that how this can end the Bloodline stuff. So, Kevin says they'll be done with the Bloodline after tonight. Sami says something all about this feels off. He's not sure how to explain it, but he can just, he just can't shake the feeling off. So Sami says that he needs to talk to Jay. Kevin asks, what's he talking about? Sami says they did what they said. They won the titles, and the bloodline is crumbling. But he knows this sounds weird, but he feels a sense of obligation. Owen says Jay isn't going to be up for a little talk after how things went down. And then Kevin Owens continues and says that this is a bad idea to Sami, and Sami needs to rethink it. Sami says Kevin is right, but he's got to do it. He has to talk to Jay, and then Sami walks out. So, again, Sami still kind of has that tough love for Jay. Like, he wants to see the good in Jay, and I do like that. That's really good storytelling right there. Really good stuff. Like, he generally wants Jay to come to his senses and realize that he's being manipulated and controlled by Roman Reigns. Like, he's trying to get it through Jay's head. No matter what he has to do, he's going to do it until Jay wakes the hell up from his delusion. So, I definitely appreciate that. Great storytelling. And good promo. Moving on. Next, Shotzi and Natalya versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez get the win via the Oblivion. This is about maybe like a 3-4 minute match. Who really cares? It's not really that important. This was a Vince move. And then on Monday on Raw, it's going to be Lita and Becky versus Raquel and Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And no one will give a shit. Trust and believe. Nobody will. So Xavier Woods is backstage. He's watching Emma and Madcap Moss play WWE 2K23. So LA Knight, yeah, dummy, yeah. That's my boy. I love me some LA Knight. So he walks in. He's tired of playing all the games. He says that he's not happy that he was off WrestleMania 39. Same here. I was pissed that he was not on WrestleMania at all. But he mentioned that we had Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, and Xavier Woods playing video games. So LA Knight and Xavier Woods have some choice words. So Xavier Woods threatens to kick LA Knight's ass again. LA Knight smashes Woods' video game controller. And Woods wants to fight, but Madcap Moss and Emma hold him back. And I'm just like, what kind of dumb shit is this? This is so stupid. But next week it'll be Xavier Woods versus LA Knight. And LA Knight needs to get the win here. Alright, this is when the show started to get interesting. So people were freaking out over Triple H's big announcement. Like, you had idiots on Twitter thinking that Triple H was going to step down and retire and also in the third and lead the WWE. And I'm like, what in the absolute hell are you dumbasses thinking? The man just secured a bag of $5 million. You guys are such idiots in the IWC and in the YWC. You guys need to go and seek therapy because you have mental issues. Why on earth would Triple H leave? For what? He made $5 million. $5 million. And you dumbasses think that he's going to leave? What the hell are you smoking? What are you doing? Are you on Adderall? Are you on cocaine? Are you on some type of strong narcotics? Like what? Like what are you on? There's no damn way Triple H would ever leave. Again, this is why people have to think with common sense, logic, and reason, and stay off of social media. Seriously. So Triple H comes out. He announces his big announcement. So Triple H says that as long as he has breath in his body, that will never get old. Talking about how the fans cheer him and everything else and all that jazz. So Triple H says he knows everyone has been here for a while, so welcome to Smackdown. So he goes on about how there's nothing like WrestleMania. He says WrestleMania 39 exceeded all expectations, and then he touts some of the broken records from the weekend. So Triple H says, as great as WrestleMania was, now it's behind us, and we need to look to the future, which is why he's out there to talk about the future. He said, are you ready? And then he repeats that again, are you ready? So he says, in just a few short weeks, it's once again time for the WWE draft, a night that changes the future and destiny of every single WWE superstar in the back. And this year will be bigger and better with every single superstar eligible. And he promises that it's all said and done, the 2023 draft will truly change the game. So, I guess that's somewhat interesting. Not really. It would seem that they're going to probably bring in NXT call-ups that way. I don't know, man. Like, to me, with the draft, it doesn't make sense. Again, this is why I was an advocate for Cody winning and dethroning Roman. So, when this happened, it will be easy just to go ahead and do a draft and everyone's happy. And now it's harder because Roman still has both titles, and we don't know when he's going to drop those titles. We don't know. And I would assume that the draft would take place sometime in May, I would assume. I don't know, man. To me, this isn't a wise decision. It's just not. Not when you have your main champion who isn't there and he's holding both belts hostage. It just doesn't make any sense. So Triple H, he said, speaking of changing the game, he introduces someone that's doing just that. Fresh off a win over Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And then he introduces Rhea Ripley. So Rhea comes out with the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. Triple H shakes everyone's hand in Judgment Day, and then he dips out. So Rhea gets on the mic and says, sports entertainment changed forever at WrestleMania 39 because she did the impossible. She destroyed and dethroned Charlotte Flair. So Rhea wants everyone to rise for her. So the fans start to cheer. So Rhea calls them to do it again. So Rhea, she laughs. Finn Balor brings up Edge and said he's some kind of sicko for splitting open his head to get a win. Balor also says, who's the real winner, even though he needed 14 stitches to staple his head shut. Edge is nowhere to be seen while Finn is still here. Dominic gets on the mic and fans just start to boo him like crazy. So Dominic says that he decided not to show aggression to his dad at WrestleMania. Then a "You Suck" chant breaks out. Dominic says his father sucks for putting his hands on him. Dominic says he pulled back on his punches and he couldn't hurt his dad because he loves him. But he can't say the same for his dad, as he saw the anger in his eyes. Dominic says that the fans in his family can go to hell and take Bad Bunny and friends with you. I'm like, damn. And so Damian Priest, he gets on the mic and he speaks some Spanish to Bad Bunny, and then Priest hopes that Bunny can find it in his heart to forgive Damian for what he did, because Priest forgives Bad Bunny for making him do what he did to him on Raw. And then fans start to boo, and then that's when Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar comes out. So it's Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Damian Priest gets the win via the South of Heaven chokeslam on Rey Mysterio. There was a point in the match where Rhea tried to get involved, and her and Zelina got on the apron, did her Hurricane Rana, and then her and Rhea, they brawled a little bit Zelina then chased Rhea into the crowd, and they went to the back. Like, I don't know what the hell happened to them. So there's that. So post-match, Damian Priest was about to beat down Santos Escobar, but Rey does a drop kick, and then the rest of the Judgment Day come in to save Damian Priest. So we get a video package hyping up Shinsuke Nakamura, saying that he's going to be back next week. That's cool. I like that. So Sami Zayn's backstage. He approaches Jey Uso. So Sami says if Jey didn't want to talk, then that's fine. Sami says he's got one more thing to say before going out. The same thing he's been saying for months. You know, there's only one way out of this for all of us. Sami points to how everything he said has happened. Plus, Jimmy Uso isn't here, and Roman is mad at Jey. Paul Heyman is selling him lies, and Solo looks at Jey like he would drop the hammer at any moment. Sami says he'll keep on beating sense into Jey. If he needs to, he'll do it tonight and next week until he gets it in his head. Sami says if that's how it's going to be, then that's how he'll be. But he's telling Jey right now that that's not how it has to be. So we hear some commotion nearby. So Sami runs over and see what's going on. So Solo then takes out Kevin Owens, and there's a giant crate on the leg of Kevin Owens. So I'm like, oh shit, because Kevin Owens already has bad knees, and so Sami's able to take off the big container or whatever. He's able to take that off, and then Adam Pearce takes Kevin Owens to the training room. Main event: Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. So Jey Uso wins via the super kick, but Solo Sikoa, he got involved. He did this Samoan spike, and that allowed for Jey to hit the super kick. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just like, really? So post-match, Solo grabs Sami. He destroys Sami. And then Solo starts to go ham on Sami Zayn with strikes and elbows and all that. He then gets ready to do another small spike, but Jay grabs him and shoves him off. But then Jay super kicks Sami, and then Jay tells Solo to get a steel chair, and out comes Matt Riddle, and so Matt Riddle fights off both Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso, and so it's Sami Zayn and Matt Riddle who stand tall over Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa. So that makes sense. I'm glad that Matt Riddle is back. Makes a lot of sense. And they mentioned that on commentary that he's had beef with the Bloodline for a while. So it does make sense. I would imagine come Raw that Solo's going to want to get his revenge as well as Jay. So there's a possibility. I'm trying to think what they're going to do for Backlash. That's the real issue. I don't think that we're going to see Cody and Brock at Backlash, because Backlash is a B-level pay-per-view, and that doesn't seem plausible. So if they can't do that, I think it would be cool to have Matt Riddle and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos and Solo Sikoa. That would be great right there. That'd be a good main event for Backlash. That's what I would do to an extent. I don't know. That's just me talking and thinking out loud. But overall, Smackdown was pretty decent. The draft, to me, that's up in the air. There's no point doing it right now until Roman drops the titles. Like, to me, that was kind of a waste. I mean, it's worth doing, but you can't fully do it until Roman drops those titles. Matt Riddle returning. That was cool. Everything else on the show was alright. But what did y'all think? Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. I'm out. Peace.
Alright.